A teenager coming to Louisville to visit his grandparents touched off a national airline security emergency.
The concerned crew diverted the flight to Philadelphia, where it was discovered the boy was wearing a religious item for the purpose of prayer, not terrorism. WLKY just spoke with the teenager's relatives who are waiting at the Louisville International Airport. Steve Bergen's live there with the latest on what unfolded this morning. Steve?
John, as you said, we have spoken with the relatives. We did speak with the grandmother of this teenager. We'll have that for you in just a moment. First, let me say that operations here at the Louisville International Airport are normal, except for a few flight delays because of the weather. Now, here's what we know about what happened this morning. It was a commuter U.S. Air flight that left LaGuardia at 7:25. Sometime during that flight, a female flight attendant became concerned about something a 17-year-old was wearing on his head. She notified the captain, and a decision was made to land the plane in Philadelphia. The captain says the teenager cooperated fully. What he was wearing on his head was an Orthodox Jewish item. But regardless, the plane was evacuated in Philadelphia and the teenager questioned by authorities. Now, the TSA described that teenager as disruptive, but again, the flight crew says he would fully cooperated with their questions. Here's what the grandmother told us.
They're young kids. They were pretty shook up. But they've had a morning flight. My grandson didn't have a chance to pray. They were religious kids. They say their morning prayers, and they use this Tefillin. The men use the Tefillin. And they've traveled before, and they've put this on, and there's never any problem. So it was a very exciting morning for them. They'll be able to write an essay on how I spent my time going to see Grandma, and I don't think Grandma's ever going to invite kids again.
So all the grandkids were coming here for a visit? Or?
For a visit, a 4-day visit.
As you can tell, the grandmother doesn't seem too concerned about it. She's taking it all in stride. As for the 17-year-old teenager that caused this scare, he's due in here in Louisville later this afternoon along with his sister. We'll have much more coming up at 12:30. Live at the Louisville International Airport, Steve Bergen, WLKY.
Now, the religious item which touched off the concern on the plane today is, as you heard the grandmother say, called a tefillin. It's commonly used by Orthodox Jewish men. Andy Alcock spoke to a local rabbi about it today. He joins us live in the newsroom with further details and reaction. Andy.
And after hearing about the boy being detained this morning, a local man was motivated to put on tefillin for the first time. Rabbi Avraham Litvin put the tefillin on John Henry Allen this morning. It's a two-part device. One part is put on the arm with a strap and a box which points toward the heart. The other part is put on the head. The boxes contain scripture. It symbolizes giving your heart, mind, and soul to God. The ritual is based on passages in Exodus and Deuteronomy. Devout Jewish men put tefillin on at some point during the first 4 hours of the morning for prayer. Rabbi Litvin tells us thousands and thousands of people put on tefillin every day.
Most TSA agents and flight attendants are very aware of it and very accommodating. It's a shame that this had to happen, and I hope it has a positive benefit of more people learning about tefillin and seeing that it's harmless and, if anything, beneficial to have someone praying on the plane.
Again, the plane originated from New York, which has a significant Jewish population. Rabbi Litvin tells us he's worn tefillin on planes dozens of times, including on a trip to China, and never had a problem. Live in the newsroom, Andy Alcock, WLKY News.